So I want to debunk some things like Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin, who's a shill, like Michael Knowles is a everybody at the Blazes. Because he did this show a couple days ago where he was saying that Trump needs to take a back seat with his ego and let the young Ron DeSantis run. Well, Dave Rubin, you have no insight into yourself and don't realize how you're just all in your ego. See, you really shouldn't listen to people that have no insight, that can't even see their own ego. The Blaze, the media, all of them, the reason they're starting to talk about some certain things, that, oh, this went wrong and that went wrong, is why that's all happening. Is why do you think? If you're a true MAGA supporter, you know why. It's because they're going to pull out all the stops to take Trump down. Okay. So, Dave Rubin, give it up, okay? But I do love it in a way because it totally shows, it exposes all of them. They're all exposing themselves. And you're going to watch them expose themselves more and more. They are. Because realize that the Blaze, all of these people that have been leading the public, even though you think they've been on your side all this time, they've been leading you because they've benefited from that establishment. That establishment rewards them greatly for that. So they have a vested interest in making you think that, oh no, Trump's ego. No, Dave Rubin, you don't know what, you need to get a dictionary out and then find out what ego means, because I would say it's more your ego. That's the problem. This idea that Trump's a narcissist, okay, I'm a psych nurse, he is not a narcissist. And besides, I have plenty of experience with narcissists. Okay, Trump is anything but that. He has done so many good deeds in his life. In fact, here's just a few. He gave $10,000 to a bus driver who saved a suicidal woman. He gave $25,000 to a U.S. Marine sergeant arrested and detained in Mexico. And he allowed an Orthodox Jew family to use his private jet in order to seek urgent medical treatment for their young son. When Jennifer Hudson's, the actress Jennifer Hudson, when all of her family was murdered, he put her up at Trump Tower in Chicago and put extra security on her and let her stay there as long as she wanted. Recently, somebody that stays in Trump Tower in New York I think it was a TikTok or Instagram, and you didn't see her face, but she said she was a squatter like 10 years ago at Trump Tower. And instead of Trump having her arrested, he's let her stay there. He never asks her to leave, never asks for money. He makes sure that she has 3 meals a day and fresh linens. And there's been many Hollywood people that Trump has helped, like financially, and he doesn't ask for it back. He just says, go and live your dream and do great things. But he will never tell you about that because he's uncomfortable. And this is actually the kind of this is what Jesus wanted. Like if you read like Sermon on the Mount and that kind of stuff, this was the kind of deeds Jesus was looking for in people. It wasn't about just doing stuff as a check-off list and then tell everybody. It was the deeds that you do that come from the heart and you don't tell anybody about. That's truly that's truly the stuff Jesus was talking about. I know people think, oh, no, not Trump. But see, that's not thinking, because on the surface, it could easily look like, no, that would be the Antichrist, because that's another one I see on TikTok. He'll be the Antichrist. Yeah, right. First of all, the Antichrist rose already. This idea that Revelations is going to play out and you're going to see the Antichrist come out of a pit of fire. No, it wouldn't be like that. It says there's been many Antichrists, and they have already, they've been here. They're around. They have come and gone. And then there's a new one that rises up. I thought, and I hate saying this, well, no, I don't hate saying it now, actually. But when Obama first spoke, when he first came on the scene, it was during Kerry's convention. It was during Bush's running for his second term, and he was running against Kerry. And Obama spoke at Kerry's convention. And I remember listening to that speech, and I thought, oh, he's a great speaker. He is such a good speaker, so smooth, totally full of shit. But I mean, that was what bothered me so much about it, because I could tell he was just like, no, he's come up out of nowhere. But boy, can he speak well, okay? And I remember saying he will run in the next election and he'll win. I said it to somebody, and I said, but he'll be the Antichrist. And it had nothing to do with the color of his skin, nothing to do with that. It's just he was too smooth of a talker. He came up out of nowhere, okay? And I was actually kind of shocked. I mean, I said he would run and win, but what really was disturbing to me about the fact that so many people voted for him was that 9/11 had happened 8 years earlier, and we were told forever and a day that it was Osama bin Laden that was responsible for that. And yet, Barack's name, Barack Obama, it just was too, that was just, I thought, this is just all bad. It was, everything just really was pretty bad after 9/11. So, but that, I don't know, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying, considering you look at what he did while he was in office, along with the other little antichrist, like Bush Jr. and Sr. and the Clintons, they've all done things to destroy this country. So as proving the Bible again, that there will be many antichrists that come. So the Antichrist already rose. So to think that it's going to be Trump, no, it's already come and gone. We're further along in Revelations. I've explained this in other videos. The wickedness is the one that has always told everybody, oh, this is how it'll play out. No, it wouldn't play out the way you think it would. That wickedness wants to deceive you. So the Antichrist would be good at deceiving you. And not be somebody like Trump, who's done nothing but good deeds in his life, and he never talks about it. Think about how much they attack him, and he could have defended himself and said, look, I did this in my life and that. And he doesn't like to talk about it. He helps people and then he lets it go. But these people attacking him and acting like his ego is the problem, these are all people that have a vested interest in benefiting off of us. That's how it is. They know that their time is running out. That's it. So all these people that want to push all this, and they want to push DeSantis, and they just want to completely disrespect Trump. Think about how cruel this is to him. Think about how they could be if you were his daughter or his son, to see your dad like constantly attacked like this. That's it's so unwarranted, so unfair. I mean, the strength of that family, to what they've had to endure is just unbelievable. I mean, God truly protects them, because it's cruel what the media, what your Dave Rubins, how cruel these people are. Your Dave Rubins, the ones that played like they were your Stu Peters, all of them, they're the lowest of the snakes. They are, because they came out the gates like they were all for Trump. They were on his side. Those people are worse than your CNN, because they are so low that they'll act like that they were all on Trump's side, but then turn. That those are the worst ones of all. They're the slimiest. So Trump is not the one with the ego problem. And all of these people, they don't want to talk about the truth, right? That you know, if we need to, if we're going to have an honest system. But Dave Rubin, people at the Blaze, they don't want an honest system. And you have to ask yourself, why don't they want an honest system? And you know what I'm referring to in regards to 2020. They don't want that because they've benefited. They've benefited from that establishment, so they want it to stay in place. That's all it is. So I think the true MAGA supporters see this for what it is. They see what they're trying to do with this, and it's not going to work. They see what the Dave Rubins, the Blaze people, the mainstream media, all of them are trying to do, why they're pushing DeSantis, why they're saying the things they're saying. And the fact is that their meal ticket is coming to an end. That's it. This time it's not going to work out for you, because the true Americans of this country and the true MAGA supporters see exactly what all of you shills are doing.